and welcome to week 5 of Awaken Your Joy. This week, we're going to be talking about your community and your friends, your family, the people that you surround, and building really powerful relationships with them. So first things first, you are always going to be the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And sometimes we don't really let that really land for what that means for us. And you're just like, yeah, I see my mom all the time. No, she's always negative, but that's just her. And yeah, like I love my best friend, but she is miserable when it comes to talking about her relationships and her finances and her body image. But it's like, that's the energy you are around. That is going to be the conversations that you're having. And even if you hear someone say something that you don't necessarily agree with, energetically, that's going to hit you. And slowly you're going to start thinking that way. If you hear your best friend always talking about what a miserable time she's having with dating, and all men are horrible, and this is what happened, and oh my God, yet again, slowly you're going to start believing that, dating's terrifying and all men are horrible. And that's not true. So, 1, choose wisely who you spend time with. 2, know that you're allowed to outgrow people, and you're also allowed to put relationships on a back burner. And I know for me, this was a huge struggle because it's just like, I love you, I want you in my life, but if I have this much time and I have this many people that I'm trying to fit in, I don't want to half-ass it and come showing up not as my best self. So sometimes some relationships need to take a bit of a break, and that is okay. And you owe no one anything. And again, this one's a tricky one because you're just like, yeah, but they're my sister. Yeah, but they're my best friend for 15 years. Yeah, but you deserve to be happy and feel good. So I'm sure I've triggered someone in some way. So let's move that energy. First things first, take a nice big breath in, sitting up nice and tall. You can either close your eyes or soften your gaze. And then exhale, let it go. Let's do that one more time. Big breath in, expand across the chest, sit up tall. Exhale, release, let it go, soften. From here, I want you to think about, on a scale of 0 to 10, how connected and aligned do you feel with your community? Whatever number comes up is perfect. Remember that for the end of the session. Now, if you do have your eyes closed, begin to open them. And we'll begin by tapping on the side of the hand. Please repeat after me. Even though I struggle with some people in my life, I completely love and accept myself. Even though some people in my life make me feel so drained, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I am a people pleaser and I suck at boundaries, I completely love and accept myself. Big breath in. Let it go. Eyebrow. It's so hard for me to set boundaries. Side of the eye. I'm just not good at boundaries. Underneath the eye. And I also hate confrontation. Underneath the nose. So I avoid both. Underneath the lip. I just love to make everyone happy. Collarbone. Making everyone feel good and taken care of. Side of the body. And when that is all done, top of the head, I'll get to me. Big breath in. Let it go. Eyebrow. There's some people who don't really align with me anymore. Side of the eye. But they've been in my life for so long. Underneath the eye. So I don't really do anything about it. I just tolerate it. Underneath the nose. There's some people whose beliefs and values I do not agree with. Underneath the lip. And being around them is exhausting. Collarbone. My body will physically feel drained and tired. Side of the body. but I've known them for so long. Top of the head. I can't be an asshole and just cut them out. Big breath in. Let it go. Eyebrow. And then there's those family members. Side of the eye. It's so painful to listen to them vent underneath the eye. And it's so frustrating to watch them make the same mistakes over and over again. Underneath the nose. And I hate it when they judge me for my healing practices. Underneath the lip. And they judge me for the things that I love and how I spend my time. Collarbone. I wish I could just take a vacation from them. Side of the body. Being around them does not fill my cup. Top of the head. But they're family. I have no choice. Big breath in. Let it go. Eyebrow. I really love the people in my life. Side of the eye. But I find it really overwhelming to see them all. Underneath the eye. And be there for them through every single step. Underneath the nose. I love being there for people. Underneath the lip. I've always been a people pleaser. Sorry, collarbone. And that's just how it is. Side of the body. And there's nothing that I can change about that. Top of the head. I just have to tolerate how things are. Big breath in. Let it go. Eyebrow. What if there is another way? Side of the eye. What if I was allowed to say no? Underneath the eye. Without the guilt. Underneath the nose. What if my needs matter? Underneath the lip. What if I get to choose how I spend my time? Collarbone. Whether it's choosing who I spend time with, underneath the arm, or being by myself. Top of the head. Is that even possible? Big breath in. Let it go. Eyebrow. I really want to lean into more joy. Side of the eye. And there's some people who do not bring joy to my life. Underneath the eye. They actually make me feel the opposite of joy. Underneath the nose. I get tired, exhausted, frustrated, put down. Underneath the lip. I actually feel like my cup is empty after spending time with them. Collarbone. What if I got to say no? Side of the body. Is that allowed? Top of the head. Or does that make me a bad person who's selfish? Big breath in. Let it go. Eyebrow. I deserve to be happy. Side of the eye. I'm an adult. Underneath the eye. I get to choose how I spend my time. Underneath the nose. Putting my needs first. Underneath the lip. Is not selfish. Collarbone. I'm open to honoring my needs. Side of the body. And that might mean saying no to some people. Top of the head. I'm allowed to say no to people. Big breath in. Exhale. Eyebrow. Think of someone that really frustrates you. Side of the eye. Imagine saying no. Underneath the eye. No explanation. Underneath the nose. Just say no. Underneath the lip. The response does not matter. Collarbone. Your needs and happiness matter. Side of the body. Imagine how empowered you would feel if you just said no. Top of the head. Saying no is allowed. Big breath in. Exhale. Eyebrow. Think of someone you love and who inspires you and who fills your cup. Side of the eye. Think of the last time you spent time with them and how amazing it was. Underneath the eye. What if you got to see them regularly? Underneath the nose. What if you said no to the things that were not aligned? Underneath the lip, which then created space for the things that are. Collarbone. You're allowed to say no. Side of the body. Because then you're saying yes to the things that matter. Top of the head. Your joy matters. Big breath in. Let it go. Tapping on the heart space. I am allowed to say no. When I say no to the things that don't serve me and the things I've outgrown, I get to say yes to the things that are aligned. I'm an adult. I choose who gets access to my time. I'm not being selfish. I don't owe anyone anything. I only owe it to myself to lean into joy. Big breath in. Big sigh out. Take a moment to scan your body. Check in with your mind. Where did your mind go? Were some of those sentences uncomfortable? And I want you to consider if that number has changed. So on a scale of 0 to 10, how aligned do you feel to your community? How connected do you feel to your community? And again, whatever number comes up, notice if that number went up, as in being more triggered, or if it went down, feeling more settled and more at peace with your choices. You get to choose who gets access to you, your time, your energy. And if you don't, you're gonna be tired. You're gonna be tested. Your boundaries are gonna be pushed, and you're not gonna feel safe. You're allowed to feel safe. You're allowed to feel joy. And you are absolutely allowed to put relationships either on hold or to cut them completely out of your life. It does not matter how long you've known them, how you know them. You owe no one anything. And this is a lifelong lesson, especially for me. So if you're struggling with this, you're not alone. You're doing great. Thank you for tapping with me.